to get around you, hold you back, and you fake like you want to do it.
Because he took it like you were scared.
Teammates ain't here to hold
So he really stepped to you, Gil?
Forget the fancy dunks and highlight reels. This isn't your average NBA story. This is about chaos, power, raw emotion, and a player who's rewriting what it means to be feared in professional basketball. Isaiah Stewart has become the name on everyone's lips, and not for buzzer beaters. This is the guy who charged at LeBron, who's been in more scuffles than some players have career highlights. But who is he really? Is he a menace on the brink, or a misunderstood warrior living out Detroit's legacy of grit? In this video, we're diving deep into the full story, the viral moments, the parking lot brawls, the bruising defense, and the heart that beats beneath the fury. You're about to find out why Isaiah Stewart may be the NBA's most important anti-hero. If you're tired of soft takes and want more unfiltered NBA deep dives like this one, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Let's get into it. The punch that broke the silence, March 2025. Just hours before a game against the Phoenix Suns, Isaiah Stewart made headlines again. This time, not for what happened on the court, but in the parking lot. The news spread fast. Stewart had allegedly sucker punched Suns center Drew Eubanks. Security footage later revealed a brief but intense altercation, with Stewart lunging at Eubanks during what appeared to be a heated argument. The reasons are still murky, but insiders claim tensions had been simmering between the two since an earlier game. The league was stunned, not just because of the punch, but because this wasn't a one-time thing. Stewart's name has become synonymous with chaos, and the NBA was once again forced to address a player who thrives at the edge of control. From ghost to enforcer, the viral moments. If you're not a Detroit Pistons fan, chances are you first heard of Isaiah Stewart during that incident. The full-body charge at LeBron James in 2021. Bloodied and enraged, Stewart broke through security, teammates, and coaches, seemingly ready to take on the king himself. Since then, he's had more viral scuffles than highlight plays. He's shoved Stephen Curry for no reason, jawed with Giannis multiple times, and gone chest to chest with Russell Westbrook. No triple doubles, no game winners, just pure intimidation. Stewart's presence on the floor is like a ticking time bomb. He could block a shot, body a superstar, or light up social media with a new headline before the final buzzer. And that unpredictability, it's what draws attention. Love him or hate him, Stewart commands it. From #1 prospect to NBA Crashout. What people forget is that Isaiah Stewart wasn't always known as a bruiser. He was once a 5-star prospect, a dominant force at La Lumiere School in Indiana, and even ranked ahead of Anthony Edwards at one point. In college at Washington, he averaged 17 points and 8 rebounds per game. His future looked bright, but the transition to the NBA wasn't smooth. He lacked the offensive polish needed to be a go-to scorer, so instead of fading out, Stewart evolved. He shifted his energy into defense, hustle, and physicality. That decision saved his career. It also reshaped his identity from rising star to the league's enforcer, a role few dare to play. Detroit grit, a legacy of bruisers. Detroit basketball has always been about grit. From the bad boy Pistons of the late 80s to the 2004 title team, this city doesn't celebrate finesse, it celebrates fight. Isaiah Stewart fits that DNA perfectly. He's not here to go viral for flashy dunks. He's here to be the guy every opponent dreads seeing on the court. He racks up fouls, eats up minutes, and keeps opponents on edge. And Detroit, they love it. For a franchise trying to rebuild both reputation and identity, Stewart is the perfect piece. He's a throwback to what the Pistons have always stood for. The villain the NBA didn't know it needed. Every great league needs a villain, someone who gets booed in every arena, who sparks debates, memes, and headlines. Stewart is becoming that guy. The Dylan Brooks of the East, the new age Draymond, but what separates Stewart is that he doesn't talk much. He lets his actions do the talking. The result? Every altercation feels more raw, more real. Stewart isn't trying to be the villain. He just plays with a fire that burns through the screen, the gentle beast off the court. But step away from the hardwood and Stewart is a different man. He's quiet, humble, family-oriented. He's talked about staying grounded, about avoiding the temptations of fame and fortune. He doesn't show off wealth on social media. He doesn't chase the spotlight. He talks about setting an example for kids, about doing his job and respecting his coaches. The contrast is jarring. How can the guy charging at LeBron be the same guy who spends his downtime with family, avoids parties, and lives like an old school professional? What he brings to Detroit. Since January, Detroit has improved dramatically on defense. And while Stewart doesn't play 35 minutes a game, his impact is felt the moment he steps on the court. He sets hard screens, snags impossible rebounds, and sets the tone with every hard foul. He doesn't need to fill the stat sheet to influence the game. He's become a cultural cornerstone. Young players look up to him, coaches trust him, opponents expect a battle. And in Detroit, that's the highest compliment. NBA's blueprint, every team needs a role player. In today's NBA, everyone wants to be a star, but the teams that win, they have dogs, hustlers, guys who do the dirty work. That's Stewart. He's not here for all-star votes. He's here to guard your best player, protect the paint, and let the other team know nothing comes easy. Draymond said it best, master your role or get out. Stewart has mastered his. A history of chaos and loyalty. Stewart's scuffles are legendary, but he's never turned on a teammate, never spoken out of turn, and never backed down from defending his crew. That loyalty matters. In a league filled with trades and drama, Stewart is a rare breed. He bleeds for his squad, and the city of Detroit sees that. That loyalty might be why, despite the fines and suspensions, the Pistons keep backing him, because they know he'll fight for them, even if it means a little chaos. Redemption or implosion? As Stewart racks up more fines, more fights, and more headlines, the question lingers. Can he keep this up without crossing the line? Will he become a Detroit legend, or flame out as another cautionary tale? That depends on balance, on how he channels the rage into controlled aggression. If he figures it out, Stewart could redefine what it means to be a modern NBA enforcer. If not, he might become one of the league's most controversial what-ifs. The playoff clash we all want. Imagine this. Pistons versus Pacers. First round of the playoffs. Two teams with a history of brawls, chaos, and legendary clashes. And at the center, Isaiah Stewart, the guy who's already given us some of the wildest moments in recent NBA memory. That matchup wouldn't just be basketball, it would be a full-blown war. And fans, we'd love every second the anti-hero NBA needs. Isaiah Stewart might not score 40, he might never make an all-star team, but what he gives the game is priceless. Passion, grit, and a reminder that basketball isn't always pretty. Detroit has found its warrior, and maybe, just maybe, the NBA has too. Because sometimes, it's not about the stats, it's about who's willing to bleed for the game. And right now, no one bleeds like Isaiah Stewart.